Hey guys, this is your girl Tyriana, and today we're going to do a story time about doing the right thing at work goes wrong. So, this is basically me working at this place called Vans. It's not really Vans, like the tennis shoe place. I'm disclosing the whole place. It's called Vans, and it's like an outlet store, a bargain store and everything. So, setting the scene for y'all. So it's October, close to Halloween, right? And I am the food supervisor at Vans. We have different department heads there too, but they only have them at certain times. So it's me as one of the supervisors for my department, and then there's another supervisor that was there, and then there's an assistant manager. Well, she wasn't an assistant manager, but she was like the girl that um works with like loss prevention. We're going to name this girl, her name is going to be Messy, and we're going to name the floor manager, we're going to name him Big Show. And I have a lot of story times about these people. Okay, me and Big Show, we are like this. That was my road dog. That's my home skillet biscuit. But Messy, she got that name for a reason. And more story times about her. So I came in around like, I think I was working like my shift was like 1 to 9 because we closed at 9 o'clock. And I think that Big Show, his shift was like 2 to 9. So there was a cashier that was on like there, and they don't need a name because they're not really that important in this story time. But usually when the cashier is about to leave, they usually put me up front as the cashier because Big Show, he got some issues where he can't really like it really fucks him up with the head and like mess him like certain, it's like he has a learning disability when it comes to like handling with the money and stuff. So he never gets on register. So um I'm doing my stuff, so it's like close to like 5 or 6. Usually the cashier leaves and they count the drawer with Messy or whatever manager that's on duty, right? So I have to bring my pallet up front so then I can tag it, because usually we have the cashiers tagging the items, so then like everybody else can like push their items back in, get it put up. So basically, I have to bring my stuff up. I already took my break. I took my lunch break, and I came back and I hop on register, and I was just chilling. I think that it was like close to 6 or 7 o'clock. So here comes Big Show. Big Show came up. We usually just be talking that SHIT, sweet honey iced tea, is a little bit too early for me to be cussing, but I'm probably gonna be cussing a lot in this video. I'm so sorry. But it's a habit. So me and Big Show were talking, and here comes Messy. Like, she was done with the cashier. The cashier already left, and like it's pretty much dead. It's dead. And I'm gonna let you know that we are working in the hood. Yeah, we're working in the hood. I put quotes around the hood because we lived in the fucking suburbs. I will say, like, would it be counted as the suburbs? We live in like a rural area, and it's the hood. It's not like major cities like how it is like with like Compton, Chicago, or like the Bronx. Like places like that, like Atlanta. It's not like that, but it's like you're in like the middle of nowhere. I live where like the fucking Amish people are at. So yeah, and yeah, we got our little things going on. People be pow-powing. We got the ladies of the night or the men of the night, and then we also got some people that are homeless living behind where we live at, where we work at. So we all live in this area, so we all know each other, and we're all cool, and So I'm just giving y'all like that little background because the cops be coming around all the time. We even have like a police station literally right across the street from the freaking liquor store, and there's a church right next to it. And the cops always be rolling around because there's always like where Vans is at, it's always active. It's always active with some type of foolishness that's always happening. So, and the homeless people, they have their little community. The homeless people have the community like in the woods right behind where Vans is at. And there's also I think that no, never mind. Never mind. But yeah. So when I do quotes about like the homeless people, it's people that claim that they're homeless, but they're really not homeless. They're basically addicts. And they're like, you know, the ladies of the night, the men of the night, and just people that just wanted to beg for money, basically. So we have to deal with these people all the time. But hey, it's a cool night because Big Show, he's here with me, and we're gonna be chopping up. It's gonna be a good night because we always be like chopping it up. We talk about deep stuff like, you know, our world. And then we talk about people that work there and all the things that's happening at the job. And unfortunately, not unfortunately, but it's one of those nights that we're going to be talking about people. Not me, but he's going to rant to me about every BS that's happening. Because I only work at Vans. I'm full time. I'm full time at Vans from Wednesday through Sunday. So Monday and Tuesday, I don't know what's happening. Like, I really don't. Because that's when all of the department heads are like all together. And I had like a second job that I was unable to work Mondays and Tuesdays, and they already knew about that when I first started working there. And so he started telling me, Big Show started talking to me, and Messy's there too. She's just sitting there listening to what's going on. So we're just chopping it up. Big Show, he was like really heated. He's like, man, how come the store manager, we're going to give the store manager a name because we also have story times about him too. His name is going to be Dr. Eggman. He was like, man, I'm tired of Dr. Eggman. I was like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? He was like, how is he going to tell me that I'm going to be the floor manager, right? So the department heads, they're all full-time. They're all full-time. They're all getting full-time hours. So Big Show's like, how am I supposed to be the floor manager? And I'm working full-time hours, but I'm not getting the pay. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. And to be honest, Ariana, I don't even have that like on my paycheck. It doesn't even say that I'm a floor manager. It just said that I'm just associate. I was like, I beg your pardon? He was like, man, Dr. Eggman, I was talking to Dr. Eggman about this on Monday or Tuesday, like about the situation. He was like, Dr. Eggman kept pushing me away, saying, don't worry, it's gonna get fixed, You're gonna get that position, I gotta talk to the district manager about it. I'm like, so, I was like, he been saying that for like a couple months. He was like, exactly. So I'm like, huh, okay. I was like, so he said, so you still never got the pay? I thought that you already got the pay when you said that you're gonna take that position. He was like, I thought so too, but apparently that's not what's happening. And he's really playing with me. I was like, oh. Because me and Dr. Eggman, we got something going on, but not really something going on. Like, it seemed like people thought, I'm telling too much. I'm talking too freaking much about it. But we're just going to keep it for another story time. But me and Dr. Eggman, we see eye to eye. So me and him be having our little side conversations about certain people too. But we always kept it professional. Guys, we kept it professional. It was never something like outside of work or anything like that. So he's like pissed off. He was like, you know what? You know another thing that I'm kind of messed up about? I was like, what? He was like, I don't like the fact that we're gonna call this boy, we're gonna give him a name. What should we name him? We're gonna name him Schemish, because that's what he was. He was very schemish. I should name him Four Eyes. Four Eyes, yeah, his name is gonna be Four Eyes. We got story times about him too. Not really, but yeah. So we're gonna name him Four Eyes. He was like, I don't like the fact. So like, Big Show, he's like really, really heated. And I'm like, did this man smoke today? Because usually he has to come in high to calm himself down. And he always have some on pack. Because when he doesn't have the fucking marijuana, it's gonna be a back in night or a back in day. So he was like, you know what really got me up? I was like, what? He was like, I don't like the fact that he have, we're gonna call this girl, we're gonna call her Corilla. I'm gonna call her Corilla. Got story times about her too. He was like, I don't like the fact that he let Corilla talk, like, bully freaking, Four Eyes. I was like, what? What are you talking about? He was like that. He was like, Tariana, you didn't know? I was like, no. He was like, I was like, how did I don't know, because I'm usually at the, like, I don't see them. I really don't, because I only work the night shift. They be having me on the night shift. It seemed like it's more active during the freaking day, and I'm pissed off about that. So I'm like, no, what? He was like, he be having, like, he was like, that's the main reason why he hired her back. You know that Eggman don't like Four Eyes. And yes, Dr. Eggman did have conversations with me about Four Eyes and how he really, H-A-T-E, hate this boy. Like, he can't stand him. And he wanted to really just get physical with him. And I'm like, the only thing about Four Eyes is that he talks too much. He just runs his mouth and he doesn't stop talking. I even told him, I was like, since you talk so much, you need to do a podcast so that you can make some money. Because how are you going to be a cashier and you're ringing on one person and start talking to them for 10 minutes and you have a whole line of people? So I understand that. But, and they have this little car situation where you got to get your numbers and stuff up. And that's a whole nother thing too. And he was like, Big Show was like, yeah, that's the main reason why why Eggman hired Corella. Because Corella was bullying Four Eyes, and Four Eyes is getting anxiety, and he's talking about himself, and he don't even want to come to work and all this. I was like, and what did Dr. Eggman do? He was like, nothing. Now, I was like, that's really effed up. That's really effed up. And I'm like, she's bullying somebody, but hold on, she's a whole freaking, she a whole freaking addict. So there's no need for her to like bully anybody. So I'm like, that's really mean. That is so mean. And then here comes Messy. Messy was like, you know, she was like, yeah, because I don't think that she's there during the daytime because she's working at her other job. No, she wasn't there. But she be hearing conversations about Four Eyes and about Corella. And she was talking about, she was like, you know, since we're talking about money situation, I don't like the fact that she was like, every time when I try to call the district manager or loss prevention, they don't answer my calls, but they're able to talk to Dr. Eggman and the assistant manager. We're going to get the assistant manager, and then we're going to call her, we're going to call her Whoopi, because she did look like Whoopi Goldberg a little bit, because she didn't have no eyebrows. So she was like, yeah, they only talk to Dr. Eggman and Whoopi. I was like, huh? I was like, aren't you supposed to be like, I know that I understand about the district manager part. I was like, but the loss prevention lady don't talk to you? She was like, no. when there's situations coming to like when things are like being stolen out of the store and customers are stealing, I'm documenting that, and I'm trying to talk to, whenever I try to call loss prevention about it, she don't even talk to me. She just like brush it off. I'm like, okay. And she was also saying how she's like, and I don't like the fact that I'm not getting paid to do what Dr. Eggman is doing, which I understand because she's not the store manager, but she's doing Whoopi's job, which is the assistant manager. So basically, when Dr. Eggman is not there, Whoopi's there, and usually Whoopi will be calling Messy and having her do the job and doing work for her, basically doing her work for her. And I'm like, how did she get that position and she don't know what to do? And she been here for like a couple months now. And Messy was like, exactly. And she said that Dr. Eggman had a conversation with her saying that she was like, she said Dr. Eggman had a conversation with me saying that, well, once he leaves, I'm going to take up his position. I'm going to take his spot. And I need to know how to do these things because he don't think that Whoopi's going to last that long because Whoopi has been effing things up lately. So I'm like, yeah, she has. And I don't know what's going on with her or anything like that, but there's going to be story times about, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of story times about this place and these people that I'm naming. These people need names for future story times. So I'm like, huh. And then she was like, and I'm not even getting paid. Like, I'm still waiting. Like, she was like, I'm still waiting for my pay to be correct. Because I'm not going to keep doing, like, all these things that my position is supposed to be doing if I'm not getting paid. I'm like, your pay is not right either. She was like, no. And I even told Dr. Eggman, I'm not going to be doing no work. I'm not doing none of that stuff that I'm supposed to be doing until my pay is correct. And I tried to contact the district manager about it, and the district manager is not talking to me. She don't want to talk to me or anything. All she knows is Dr. Eggman, Whoopi, Dr. Eggman. I was like, dang. But then when I have conversations with Dr. Eggman says that the district manager don't even talk to him. Like, I'm just like listening to it. I'm like, dang. And then here comes Big Show. Big Show is like, and another thing I don't like the fact that we don't have our like a urn or like some type of altar for one of the ladies that passed away. We're gonna call her what should I name this lady? We're gonna call her Corona, because she used to drink beer all the time. She was drinking beer a lot. Come in there drunk too. So he was like, I don't like the fact that we don't have no altar for Corona. When he said that, I started dying laughing. I was like, an altar? He was like, yeah, she passed away. She passed away, and we don't have no altar in the break room for her. I was like, oh my God. Like, he's like getting angry. Big Show, he was in the Marines, right? And he kind of got out because he got blown up and all this other shit. So he's like on it. And he's just like, I don't give a fuck. He was like, yeah, that's pretty effed up on what they did. Like, he didn't have to fire her. And I'm like, well, he kind of did have to fire her because she will be coming in here drunk all the time and don't really do work, and her numbers wasn't going up, and yeah, she's always calling somebody for a freaking ride. that's I'm telling you, a lot of shit happened. So I'm like over here dying laughing. I am geeked because this man, he is so freaking serious. He was like, I don't like the way they did her. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm like, mm, mm. That's all I could do. I could have just been like, I don't know. I was laughing. I was like really geeked out because I'm like, I never seen him acting like this. He was like, I never seen him like that angry. Like he was really bothered by that. He was bothered by Four Eyes situation. He was bothered by Corona situation. He was really bothered about his freaking money position, especially that position for flooring about Dr. Eggman. So mix all those three things up, and I had to ask him. I was like, Big Show, did you smoke? He was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, I think I need to go outside and I need to smoke. I was like, oh, okay. So he told Messi, he was like, you know what, Messi, I'm gonna go outside. I'm just gonna smoke. She was like, okay, go ahead. So I'm like, okay, cool. So so everything went back to normal. Customers started coming in. I started ringing them up, and I'm started tagging my stuff because I know that I'm not gonna get this shit done. I'm not gonna get this shit done. So I'm over here, and then I'm just tagging my stuff up, and then I noticed that Messi and Big Show were gone for a good minute. They started walking around the floor. The place is not that freaking big, but they started walking around the floor, and all of a sudden, I heard whispering. Like when I was ringing up a customer, they started whispering about something, and then all of a sudden, Messi started running towards the back, and I'm like, "What is going on? How come y'all not telling me what's going on? Because I want to know. Like, I really wanted to know, like, what's going on." So they're not telling me anything. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not bothered by it. It's probably, I don't know. So I started ringing things up, and I went back and tagged my stuff. And I noticed that Big Show was still up there, and I think that I don't know what we were talking about. I think that we were talking about like I started asking him like, oh, how's the wife, how's the kids, all that stuff, because I want to know, because I really like his wife and I really like his children, because his children are so cute. And I'm like, so how's the wife, how's the kids? And he was telling me, oh yeah, they're doing good. And yeah, small little conversations here and there. And then we started talking about other things too. I don't remember because this is a long time ago, but we started talking, and then all of a sudden, like, another customer came up and I started ringing them up. And then all of a sudden, Messi came back and she said that they're gonna be gone. Like, they're like, I called. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on in my mind? I'm like, what's going on? Because they're up to something. I really feel like they're up to something. And then they're like, um, all of a sudden, like, there was this guy that came up, and he had a cart, and he was like looking at the candy, and he was like talking about the candy in his he was like talking about not the Christmas candy, the Halloween candy that was up there, because we usually have the Halloween candy towards the front, as like, as a fucking display. So I had to put the Halloween candy up there for a display so then people can just grab it and stuff like that. And sorry if my lips look chapped. They don't look chapped. But so anyways, so he came up and he was talking about the Halloween candy, talking about like the candy for his kids or something like that. I think that he said something about his kids, And I'm like, okay. And he was like, y'all take EBT here? I'm like, no, we don't take EBT. He's like, y'all don't take EBT? I'm like, no, we don't take EBT. I was like, why take EBT? We don't take EBT because the stuff is already discounted. You're at a discounted bargain store, sir. I didn't say it with no attitude, but I'm expressing to him. I was like, no, everything in here is already discounted. So you can't get, like, the government can't just pay for every freaking thing that you want. So he was like, oh, okay. And then I looked over and I noticed that Big Show, he's just messing with the canes. Yeah, we do sell canes. We had canes. So I'm like, why he up front? I'm like, why is he up front? What's going on? And he started messing with the canes, started doing tricks with the canes. And then the guy, he walked away. Yeah, he walked away. He walked away. And I'm like, what's going on? And then they were talking about cops. I was like, what's going on? Y'all talking about cops? And I was like, because he was like, because Messi came back. And I'm like, what's going on? He was like, the cops are right down the street. Where are the cops? I'm like, what's going on? Nobody's telling me. What is going on? Because y'all asking about where's the popo. And I'm just letting y'all know this too. The reason why I'm expressing about, like, I keep asking about the police is because we also have a button on register 1, which is the register I am technically on. We have a button underneath where if you press it, the cops will show up instantly, right? So I'm like, what's going on? I'm tired of keep asking, what the is going on? So I basically was like, guys, I basically walked over there. I was like, what is going on? They were like, I was like, do I have to press the button? Do y'all want me to press the button since y'all talking about the police? They're like, no, don't press the button, don't press the button. Don't press the button. Don't press the button. Messi, she's scared. Fucking scary cat. She was like, no, don't press the button. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to call the cops again. I'm going to call them again. I'm like, the cops are, I was like, why are y'all like looking for the cops? He was like, there's something going on. We can't really talk about it right now. We can't talk. I was like, there's only you, me, and Messi in here. And you can't tell me what the fuck is going on? I would like to know because I am an employee here. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on? He was like, don't worry about it, okay? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We're handling it. So you know what? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna ask no more fucking questions about what the fuck is going on. So I was like, you know what? F it. I don't fucking care. I don't care if the fucking police come or not. So I basically went back to tagging my shit. I think I have my headphones in too. Yeah, I don't know. I put my earphones in and I just started listening to music. I was like, fuck it. I don't fucking care. So I'm tagging up my stuff. And then the guy came back. Right? So the guy came back and he has 2 carts now. He has boxes. So if you actually work in like a store where they actually carry Tides and stuff like that, and like the Tide and the Gain, like the big jugs of freaking detergent, those big boxes that are really hard to like freaking open, yeah, those boxes. So he had those boxes, right? And he said, like, oh, I want to take some boxes with me because you also said that I'm able to take boxes. And Big Show was like, yeah, you can take some boxes. And I was like, yeah, you can take some boxes. So I noticed he had two carts. And he had candy. And then I didn't look at the other cart that was near because he was blocking it off. So I basically started scanning. I'm like, he's having conversations. So Big Show, he's messing with the cans. He's doing tricks and stuff. And he was like, and then the guy, the customer, we're going to call him. Oh my God. I'm just having flashbacks. We're going to call him Druggy. I don't know. Druggy? Or. Yeah, we're going to call him. Yeah, we're going to call him Druggy. So Druggy, he was basically he had like, he's dark skinned, he's tall, he has sores on his face, which is freaking disgusting. I'm telling you, working in this area, you wouldn't. So anyways, so he basically was like talking about like, oh yeah, he was like talking about like, he was like, huh, he was like, what are you doing over there? He was like, oh, I'm just doing my tricks and stuff. Like what I said, Big Show was a Marine, so he know how to do certain things and, you know, certain techniques and shit. So he was like, yeah, he was like, you know that you could do this. If you did this, you can like hit somebody. Like he was like, if you do something with the fucking cane, you can basically break somebody's neck. Or he was like, if you do this, you can basically knock somebody out with the freaking cane. And the guy, so I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Because he's like talking about the candy. He's talking like really aggressive. Like he's asserting his dominance. He's like, yeah, you know that you can do this. If you did this, and he did the moves and stuff, it will really somebody up. And I'm like, because I'm like looking, and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like really like, because I'm really like, I'm really going back in time telling this story because I'm just envisioning everything how he did it. It was so freaking fast, and he was like real smooth with it. So I'm like, I'm watching him doing it too because I'm intrigued. I was like, I want to learn a couple moves. So, and the guy, he was very intrigued. He was like, huh, you don't say. He was literally intrigued. He was like, I'm telling you, like how my facial expressions are, this is what happened. This is real shit. He was like, huh, you don't say. And he was like, yeah. Did you know that you can, like, if you did this? So he's still going on. He was like, yeah. He was like, what type of work did you used to do? He was like, oh, I used to be a Marine. And then he started saying the branch and everything like that. He was like, yeah, I used to do this and do that and do that. I was like, oh, okay. Because I remember he told me all this stuff before. So just hearing it back, I'm just ringing shit up. And then I was like, your total is $145.49, sir. He was like, huh? I was like, yeah, with all the candy that you got, like the candy was probably like $10. I know that it was $100, but I'm just saying, but we're just gonna say like it was like $100. Because he had like a lot of fucking candy. The candy, like those big bags of candies, you can get it from Walmart or Target for like $20. At Vans, you could get it for freaking $10. So I told him his total, and he was like, huh? I was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, that's too much. And he was like, I don't think that my kids could have, like my son has been really bad and he don't deserve this candy. Do you know Halloween is coming up? He don't deserve none of this candy that I'm getting because he's like been bad in school. And then he started talking about some girl and he was like, yeah, she do this. And she said that she wanted this candy. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, sir, which one is it? Is it your son that don't want the candy, or is it your girl that don't want the candy? So who is it? So I'm like, so you want me to take it off? And he was like, yeah, can you take some of it off? And I'm like, okay. So I started taking it. He was like, you know what? I don't even want it. I was like, okay, well, I gotta check your boxes too, I was like, I gotta check your boxes. I was like, I gotta check all your boxes, because he had about he had 4 boxes in one cart, and then he had 4 boxes in the second cart. So I'm checking the boxes. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh, I gotta take this. So I basically went around. So the freaking door is right here, and Big Show is like right next to it. Like he's like security. So I'm looking, and I had to push the cart. I was like, I gotta check your other boxes. And so I looked inside the boxes. He had a whole bunch of shit in it, like other shit. It wasn't fucking candy. He had cleaning supplies. He had freaking air wicks. He had like candles. He had a whole bunch of like shampoos, lotion. He had a whole bunch of stuff in there, and then he had candy stuff inside underneath the boxes. So when I was about to grab it, he was like, excuse me. He pushed me and he grabbed the cart and ran over my foot. And then Big Show, when he pushed me, Big Show's like, hey, here he comes. And then the guy, he basically just like left. And here comes Messy out of nowhere. I've seen it. The cops are coming. The cops are coming. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? She's like, I'm calling. They're coming. They're Show. Big Show's like, I was like, what? He was like, you don't do that, Tariana. You can't do that. I'm like, whoa, what? He was like, that man could have. I was like, what do you mean? That man stole a hammer. And that hammer, like, we've seen the packet off the ground. He had the hammer. And he could have just hit you when you were trying to grab the car. He could have hit you in the head and you could have been. So, Big Show is really mad at me. He was like, you can't do that. You don't. I was like, no, I'm like, he had a what? He was like, he had a hammer. He had a hammer. We seen the packet. That's why we were saying that we're going to call the cops. That's why we kept saying that the cops are not coming. Where are the cops? So here I am. I'm pissed. I am pissed to the fucking T. I'm like, so wait, hold on. I was like, so this man had a hammer? And my life could have been taken away? And y'all didn't tell me about the motherfucking hammer. Y'all want to be fucking secretive. I was like, how come you didn't say anything about no goddamn hammer? Because if that was the case, I wouldn't have done that. You know that. He's like, yeah. I understand. You do your job. Yes, I really do be doing my fucking job. But he was like, but yeah, you shouldn't have done it. That's why I was up here. That's why I was making the threats with the freaking cane and stuff. Because I was letting him know that I will up him up if he tried to do something. Because he had a weapon. And here I am. I'm like, I love Big Show. I really do. I'm like, y'all are dumb as fuck. I was like, you F Messy. He was like, whoa, why F me? I was like, you know what, Big Show? You know what? It's just the fact that y'all didn't tell me what was going on. Y'all didn't tell me what is going on, and y'all know that I have that button right there, and I could press the motherfucking button. The police will come instantly. And then here comes the cops. The cops starts to pull up. Messy went outside, and she started talking to the cops, saying that he went out there, and he had 2 carts and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm pissed off. I'm like, he was like, you're okay? You okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. He was like, yeah, that's why I was up here. I wanted to protect you because I didn't want shit to pop off. And, you know, I was like, but you should have told me. You should have told me. I thought we were better than that. You should have told me because I wouldn't have done that. I really wouldn't. I could have been, because he could have really, like he said that they couldn't find that because when the guy was walking around, they noticed that the package, because he was in that aisle, in the automotive aisle where the hammers are located at, he was in there for a while. And then he left and they walked over there. They found out the hammer was missing. So that's why he was up there, and he was like, he could really like hit you in the head and you could have been gone. So I'm like, so here comes the cops. Cops came in and they were asking me for my, so the cops, he was like, yeah, when the cops started showing up, Big Show was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm going to the back. Big Show don't fuck with the Poe. He don't like the pigs. He don't fuck with 12. He don't really mess with the cops. So he was like, you know what, I'm gone. They coming. So the cops came and they started talking to me, and I started telling them about my story, my side of the story. And I was letting him know, and he was like, oh, and he ran over my foot. He was like, is your foot hurt? I'm like, yeah, my foot gonna hurt. He was like, well, do you want to press charges? I was like, hell yeah, I want to press charges. Hell yeah, I want to press my charges. Yeah, because my foot did hurt. I couldn't walk. It really, really gonna hurt. So he was like, okay. So they went into the back. They went to the back to the loss prevention office where they can watch tapes and stuff, the videos, and see what happened. And you know, and then here comes Messy came back, and I was like, you know, because they caught the guy from the back. He was walking. He was on foot. He wasn't driving. So Messy was like, are you sure that you want to press charges? I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't even want to press charges because I started thinking about it. I was like, this guy is homeless, maybe. And you know that I walk home sometimes, and I don't want him to catch me slipping and be like, oh, that's the girl that pressed charges on me, and now she's going to get it. And he had the fucking hammer. No. I was like, when I went to the police, I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about pressing charges because I don't want to go to court. I don't want to do none of that. He was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. I'm perfectly fine. Because the guy was in the car. He was just me mugging. I'm like, yeah. I'm perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm good. So, after that situation happened, the cops left. They got the reports and stuff like that. And here's Big Show and here's Messy. And I'm about to put it into Messy's ass. I was like, I didn't call her a B. But I was like, how come you didn't make me call the police? And how come you didn't say anything about the freaking thing? She was like, I was scared. Yo, you're always fucking scared. You're always fucking scared. So, you know, we were just chopping it up, talking about like how fucking crazy, like they were telling me, like they basically broke it down. They were like, yeah, so he was walking around the store. He came in with just nothing. Then he grabbed a cart and he started walking around. He was in the automotive section, and you know, the hammer, the package was gone, and that's when Big Show started walking around, and he told Messy about it. And then Messy was in the back. She was watching cameras to see where he was at, what's going on. And that's when they kept going back and forth. They were like, they didn't want to tell me, so then they just want to keep it on the low. Even though it didn't make sense on why they didn't tell me, because I am checking the people out, and I would have been more alert, especially about my life, because my life was in danger, and I didn't know. I seriously didn't know. But I give thanks to freaking Big Show because, hey, he was an angel. And let's just say, if he wasn't there, that guy would have walked out with all that stuff. And you know, they usually tell you that you're not supposed to chase after the customer. I wasn't chasing after him because he was still in the freaking building. Like, he was literally still in the freaking building. But, like, if he really did hit me with that freaking hammer, I'm like, dang. So, like, I'm kind of happy that they said that they found the hammer afterwards. But that could have been, like, a really, really bad situation. So, after that, I was like, guys, you know what? I'm not going to do my job anymore. I'm not going to check shit anymore. I'm not doing none of that because that was very, very scary. And I could have been gone. So we were just talking about it, we're chopping it up, and we were like, hey, it's another day at the Vans in the hood. What else can happen? A lot of shit happened. A lot of more stuff happened. But you know what? I got more story times about this place. And hey, I was working there from like 2021 all the way to 2023. So yeah, it's just another day in the hood, you know. The hood. But hey, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Comment down below, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you feel about this freaking story. And let me know if y'all have any like crazy stuff happen to you when you were at work trying to do your job. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.